Hey guys, what's going on? It's me, ChaosBasilisk, here with a Call of Duty World War II Zombies video. I'm really excited for this, you guys. I've got some information for you that I really think you guys are going to enjoy. Some is kind of recapping, some is more new information that I really haven't gotten to post about yet in Reddit, but anyway, we'll get to that in just a minute. So, the first thing I want to talk to you guys about is a couple days ago, recently, I went ahead and made a post on Reddit. Now, this was very well received by the community, got upwards of like 3,300 views, couple hundred upvotes, and it went really well. I'm really grateful that you guys showed so much support for that, and I just want to say thank you for your stuff. That list took a really long time to compile, took the help of quite a few people, but we got it made, and I think there's some interesting leads on there. You know, that's the thing with these Easter eggs, is that you really don't have any way to say if someone's right or wrong until you test it, because that's just what this is Easter egg hunting. Until we can verify whether or not we've found the steps for an Easter egg, no one's more right or wrong than another. So definitely go ahead, go take a look in that. I'll have a link down in the description of this video. But that's that. The second thing I want to talk to you guys about is a video that was recently posted in my Discord server. This was in the Unfound Easter Eggs Crew Discord page, and it was an interesting video. I'll tag the original user, his video in the description. It was a user by the name of Zane the Dead. He found that there's a little blue arrow right here. It's definitely not something you need the Brenner's head for to see. It's there right away when you spawn in the game. It is kind of dark, however you may have to up your brightness settings for sure, but this is definitely something that is mysterious because it points directly to that golden eagle that you see posted on the top of this building there. That eagle has been posing some pretty important questions ever since day one. It looks very out of place. It doesn't match anything else in the surrounding area. The only other place you can really find those same eagles is going to be up top on the clock tower. I believe there's a total of 2 up there. There might be 4, there might be 1 on each side, but I know there's a guaranteed 2, 1 on this side and 1 on the opposite side. So definitely you guys make sure to take a look and check into that. It might have something to do with the Ravens. There's a lot of people speculating theories on, you know, there's supposed to be some eagles that will come and scare away the Ravens so that way we can wake up Emperor Barbossa. I really don't know. Your guess is as good as mine at this point. I'd really like some answers to this. That arrow is very out of place. The third thing I want to talk to you guys about is the translations. And this is more of the hot topic I wanted to cover in today's video. Although there's actually a fourth that is very, very recent. I just discovered it with the help of some people. But the translations are a very unique topic. We've had a lot of conflicting theories in this. And so it started out with the community thinking that this was a bunch of different languages. I've heard as much as French, English, Spanish, German, Italian, Latin, Romanian, you name it. I've heard a lot of languages. But now, as we kind of get down the line, it seems more and more likely that it's one older language. And I'll kind of explain why. Myself and user CherryGamer101, we've been dedicating hours and hours and hours to these translations. And one thing that we've kind of noticed is that as we're going through the languages, you'll get bits and pieces of German, bits and pieces of Spanish and French, and so there's definitely different languages in there. However, we've come to the conclusion that it's one language, that it's Latin. And the reason we say this is because Latin is the only language that has given us consistent results. We've been going through, and by no means are we experts. You know, we're sitting there with translators, dictionaries, you know, asking people for help, their teachers, parents, everything. And we've come to find that Latin is giving us the best results, which makes sense why we'd be finding so many other words in there from other languages, because most languages derive their origins from Latin. That being said, you know, one of the files I'll share with you guys, number 3267 for those of you that have the files and have been studying them. It's a very deep, inaudible grunt, it sounds like at first glance. There's really not a whole lot to it. It's very deep, very bass, and you can't make much of it. But after about 10 minutes of kind of fiddling with it, I was able to finally get it to sound like an actual word, and it sounded to me like the English word trial. After some digging, me and Cherry Gamer found that there are a couple Latin words that fit this. Tri-L. 2 words, and these 2 words roughly translate to 3 to come. Now, I don't know what this means. For one, this translation might be wrong. Just throwing that out there. I'm not going to in any way say that we're absolutely right, because, like I've already said, we're pretty new to this. But the one theory I have about this is that down here in the Emperor's Chamber, we have these 4 panels. We have 1, 2, 3 over here, and 4. We got 4 panels, and they all have some pretty major carvings on them. They look like they're telling stories, and the one in the far right corner over there depicts a face of a man and 2 hands, which assumably would be the 2 hands of God that we see down here, and in the middle, the voice of God. And so, one theory that I had is that 3 to come might indicate that there's 3 more steps left in this map. Like I said, could be wrong. Another theory that I've heard put out there is this is something that is kind of referencing towards the DLCs. We might have to complete the other, 3 Easter eggs in 3 of the other maps and then come back to this, and then we'll have an answer. I don't really know. Right now I'm really interested in those carvings, so that's kind of the theory I'm going with. I'd like to believe that those carvings down there are really referencing something big that we still have left to do on this map. But we'll see. We'll definitely see when the time comes, and that's kind of our reasoning. If you disagree, please, make sure to contact us, leave a comment, hit us up on Twitter, email, whatever, and let us know why. But as of right now, we are inclined that it's Latin, and it's solely Latin. Anyway. So moving on to the 4th and final part of the video I wanted to share with you guys is Cherry Gamer got a tip from a player. I believe his name is Isle. I'll make sure to actually quote his name in the description and give him credit for helping with this. But we went into a match, and there was something kind of odd that we noticed about the Zeppelin. And I'll see if I can recreate it here. I had another video of it, but it was just too long, and it was taking forever to kind of render for me. So I needed to come back in here and get better footage of it. But essentially, what you're going to see is the Zeppelin is about to show up, and I've got my bacon and eggs here. And so what we found on the Zeppelin is that there's tanks. There's 6 tanks located on the sides of this Zeppelin besides that of the batteries, and you can actually see them. They're those rectangles, and you saw I just shot off one. There's a second one, and so on and so forth. And it seems odd that these are here. They don't really serve any purpose. The only way you know that you're shooting them is by actually looking and seeing that they've disappeared, and on top of that, you can see the hit marker box. But let me see if I can get all 6 real quickly, and then I'll be able to show you guys the next part of our findings, which is really cool, actually, because we've found something that relates directly to the clock tower. Let me see. I don't know if I've got all 6 or not. Activate that. I do believe I've gotten all 6 of them. So what you guys hopefully will see, and if not, you're just going to have to take my word for this, and there's actually a video on Cherry Gamer's Twitter. There is something that happens with the clock tower, and what we found is that once we shot off all 6 of those tanks, it started shooting at one of the Tesla coils up here, which is very strange. We've never seen it shoot directly at the Tesla coil, and we have no explanation as to why. Why would it be shooting directly at the Tesla coil up there, unless it was, you know, definitely a step in a future Easter egg. And I apologize for kind of the quality of this last bit. I should have had this pre-prepared, but I didn't know how to get my other video to render faster, so this was the only solution I could come up with, was to do this bit again. But hopefully I'll be able to show you. But anyway, I don't know, if you guys have any theories, it shoots this Tesla coil right here on the very right corner. And like I said, I'll be able to link Cherry Gamer's video in the description so you guys can actually see it without having to wait through the whole video. But I don't know, it appeared in her video like it was going around and shooting this every 4th time that it would orbit the tower. Because see, there it was behind the tower and it tried shooting at me, and it shot straight through the tower. But when this actually occurs, it makes direct contact with the tower. It blows up. You can see it aim at the tower beforehand. Like it is definitely aiming up there. Other than that, guys, I don't have really anything else right now as far as theories are concerned. I just want to say thank you guys so much for the support you guys have been showing already. It's really, really awesome what you guys have been doing. And we've been doing a really killer job as a community, I think. I think we've been a little discouraged, and hopefully we can get back on the right track. If Sledgehammer really put in these Easter eggs that they claim are in here, you gotta give them props. These Easter eggs are very well hidden. Normally we get these things solved way before now. Way quicker. But, you know, that's kind of the fun in it for me, at least, is that, you know, Easter eggs shouldn't be easy. You know, what's the point of putting something in there if it takes 2 seconds to solve and then, you know, there it is, whoop-de-doo. So, anyway, guys, don't get discouraged. We're definitely onto something here. There's too much suspicious with this map for there not to be anything else. You know, there's the little slots above the carvings in the Emperor's Chamber. There's the elevator, which is labeled as secret on the map in the control room. There's this clock tower, which has these Tesla coils, which are being shot, even though I can't get video footage of it right now. There's so many things, you guys, and I'm really looking forward to the day that we can actually solve these. So, anyway, please be sure to keep in contact. You know, let me know of any theories you guys might have. I'm always willing to test new ideas. Please feel free to, you know, hit me up if you guys want to game at any time. Let me know. I'll try to work it into my schedule. I've been a little busy lately, but I can always try and make time. And yeah, so anyway, thank you guys so much, like I said, and we'll see you next video.